Hi, and welcome to the Practical Engineering Solutions channel. This is a short video that's usually talking about trains and other experiments I've done. This particular video is a little different, although it's somewhat related. It has to do with these damn plastic prescription pill bottles. Now I use these because, or I try to use them, because they're very convenient. I get them in the mail for medication, and they're good for holding small little pots for model trains, and especially my N-scale pots, which are quite small. But the big problem with them is that they have a child-proof cap. You can see here. So what did I do? First I tried contacting the pharmacy I get them from, and I said, look, I have a lot of trouble opening these up. Can you send me the non-child proof? And they said, sure. And they did that for about a month. And then they went back to the child-proof caps again. So I called them again. And I said, can you do something for me here? And they said, sure. We'll send you some non-child-proof caps. So they sent me about 3 or 4 child-proof caps. And then they stopped and we went back to this again with the child-proof cap. So I got very frustrated. And the problem is that if you have arthritis, or even if you don't, you have to push down on the cap and then turn it. It's a real pain. So I've been throwing these things out. What I usually do is I start with the pill bottle now. I take off the label, and there's usually some residual glue, and you can get that off with acetone on a nail polish remover. Once you get that off, you have a nice clean container, and they come in several sizes depending on the medication you get. And then what I've done is taken a drill, and I've taken the cap. The cap is a two-piece cap, and it has an inner ring and an outer ring. So it's an inner cap and an outer cap. And obviously it slips, and when you push down, it locks and it turns it. So what I did was I drilled a 3/16 inch hole in the center of the inner cap, being careful not to penetrate the outer cap. So it just goes through the inner cap, but doesn't go all the way through to the outer cap. Then I take this glue I have found, which is pretty good. It's called Elmer's Pro Bond. It's non-toxic, and it's got a little bit of a tip to it that fits into the hole I drilled. So what you do is you take this Pro Bond and you put it in the hole you drilled, and you fill up the area or the space between the inner cap and the outer cap. Don't put too much, because if you do, it'll come squeezing out and it'll actually come on the threads, which you don't want. So just enough to fill the bottom of the cap, the inner and the outer cap, and then leave it overnight to dry. When you do that, it locks the inner cap and the outer cap together. So you can take your plastic pill bottle now, put them on, and they open up easily, and you don't have to worry about the pill company, the prescription companies, and the pharmacies from supplying you with caps, which they don't want to do. They want to send all of them out to you with child-proof caps. So that's my tip on this. It's very handy to have these containers for tiny screws, tiny parts. They work pretty well, and they're also tinted so they protect against sun if you want to put something in here. I don't know if I put medication back in. The glue doesn't have a smell to it, and it dries hard like epoxy, but it's much easier to use. So that's my tip. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe and like. Thanks very much. See you in the next video.